Alrighty, let's get to this. Who next? Who next? I honestly think I'm just gonna go ahead and finish all of Indonesia before I move on to probably finishing the rest of JP and then finishing EN. We'll see how I go about it. Have I finished everything with Risu? No, I have not. Alright. I have to do stage 2 hard and stage 3 hard. Let's get to it. CEO tiers. I'll consider it. It'll probably be in use later, but I'm going for Genghis-Khan for this particular build. Too bad we're not in November. Even though last November she didn't actually do non-stop. So, Pepe Sag. But honestly, if everything ends up going swimmingly, I'll probably try to get all of ID to all stages today. We'll see how that goes. Thankfully, Risu only has 2 stages. Most of the others will require 3 of them, and I already know which those 3 are going to be. Because I mean, obviously, it's going to be ID stage, and then stage 2 and stage 3 hard. Just because the general formula that I saw that worked the fastest when it came to getting all Gachikoi was having the character at max merges and then just doing stages 1 through 3 and then stage 1 hard, which, funny enough, that's basically just one stage short of what was required for the original. The original Gachikoi achievement back in the last patch, because last patch you had to complete every stage, but the only stages that were available were 1 through 3 and stages 1 and 2 hard. There we go, Spider Cookie, perfect. And I don't know why, it always feels like it's kind of like a necessity to bring that up. Specifically because this was the update that the game also went live on Steam, and then subsequently became one of the best rated games on Steam. So a lot of people ended up picking up this game because of Steam. If I ever wanted to do a mass reset, I would honestly just start playing on Steam myself. But for now, I'm just gonna keep playing on the main thing, just because. I mean, that's the one that I've put freaking hundreds of hours into at this point. I mean, freaking, I spent 3 months. I spent 3 months just streaming with a severe head start. to gachikoi every other character in the game that I hadn't already. And I had already gachikoi'd, I believe, everyone in Generation 1. Maybe there was one person that I was missing in Generation 1 to get to gachikoi, but I had already gotten basically everyone in Generation 1 to gachikoi and already got everyone in Generation 0. And, well, Generation 0 was the first generation I did basically everything with. They were the first ones that I maxed out in terms of merges. They were the first ones that I finished all stages with. They were the first ones I got all gachikoi with. And they were the first generation that I completed all stages with. So, like, anything that I could say that I've done, Gen 0 was the first group of characters that I ever achieved that said thing with. I honestly feel kind of bad because, like, Miko and Suisei are insanely entertaining. I mean, Suisei is both entertaining and incredibly talented. And then Miko, she's kind of like the flagship of Gen 0. Like, if there's one person that most people tend to think of when they think of Hololive, other than maybe Gura or Callie, depends on your EN versus JP exposure, Miko tends to be the first answer for a lot of people. And, well, I mean, it kind of shows. It kind of shows with the fact that the three quote-unquote ambassadors of Hololive are Miko, Callie, and Gura. Ooh, triple. That's what I'm talking about. Yep, just keep going for the collab. But yeah, it's very telling. And here we are once again talking about Gen 0, and my mind can only go back to the collab that whatchamacallit, that Miko. The collab that Miko did with everyone else in Gen 1. In Gen 1, in Gen 0, and freaking you had a mixed bag of answers for who's the best wife in freaking Hololive, and the only person that got more than one vote was freaking Azuki. Which, I mean, let's be real with ourselves, she is probably the best, and it is just such a comedy trip, the fact that she said, yeah, isn't that what normal people do? and we're all sitting here like, Azuki, do you think that anyone in Hololive is actually normal other than yourself? I mean, freaking Laplace might be the closest to normal after you because she actually has a functioning sleep schedule. And that's all that's normal about her, is having a functioning sleep schedule. There is nothing else normal about her. Freaking, she has like freaking 3 different personalities based on who she's interacting with. That's one of the freaky things about Laplace, is that she jumps between adorable little sister, fearsome Kusagaki, and do I want to take that? Okay, I'm taking it. Alright, cause she jumps between fearsome Kusagaki, the supreme leader of the secret society, and then hardcore freaking idol otaku, and just endless thirsting for endless thirsting for the more attractive members of Hololive, which doesn't exclude from her own generation, considering that she heavily thirsted after Coyote. I can't remember if she's ever actually thirsted after Louis, though. I feel like she's always just kind of seen Louis as the kind of brains and sometimes a big sister. Her relationship with Louis is definitely an interesting one. I still can't help but laugh when my first exposure to Laplace's quote unquote degeneracy was when she just sporadically decided to start sniffing Iroha's bed. I hate that very early on, Laplace is the first one to do it. And the fact that I'm saying the first one to do it already indicates where this is going. Because freaking later on, it was around New Year's or something like that, because Iroha was in her New Year's outfit, and so was Chloe. And Chloe just freaking goes and sniffs Iroha's bed, and I'm just like, can these girls be normal? Like, please? Is that so much to ask? Apparently it is. I mean, I had not like fully integrated into the Hololive culture at that point. So like I wasn't full on deep into the everyone here is freaking an insane degenerate yet. Either way, it is absolutely hysterical, and it harkens back to what I said. I think it was actually the last video that I mentioned that Muna felt scammed when she came into Hololive, because she's just like, I thought this was an idol company. We're all just a bunch of comedians in here. All just a bunch of freaking comedians. And I mean, dude, she's got the freaking singing voice for it. Like, she's got the singing voice like a son of a gun. She is an amazing singer. And recently I actually learned that she actually sang Unravel as well. And when I saw that she sang Unravel, I was just like, okay, I have to see this. I just have to see that. And I was not disappointed. Not disappointed in the slightest. Freaking this is Muna. She hits high notes like no one's business. She is so good at it. Yeah, no, I mean, it takes someone like Suise or Kanata to really be put in like the same league as her. There are so many really amazing singers in Hololive. Alright, here comes the double. Okay, just gonna take care of Miko first. There we go. And then 8-san, you're next. Nope, not taking that. Haha, you missed. Still not seeing any tears. Oh well. But yeah, this is looking like a relatively decently bulky setup when I finally get the super collab going. 270 HP is gonna be pretty darn good. Ooh! There's so many burgers everywhere, but I don't need them. But yeah, no, Risu hit a different kind of sadistic streak recently, and I'm sure we're all aware of it because of the freaking button pushing game. I absolutely love how that's like really picked up in Hololive, and just like seeing all the different choices. And once again, the rat proving that she would honestly probably be a really good mother outside her character. She's, I mean, I swear, it almost feels like she goes out of her way to prove it. Even though she's just like, I'm a Zoomer rat. There's a lot of deceptively mature qualities about this rat. I mean, why is she the one who's doing the laundry? Why is she the one who's doing the cooking? Why is she the one that's getting so scared about sacrificing a single child? When many more lives are at stake. Like, bro, the rat has mama genes in her, and you just know that she does. And it's so weird that she does. Especially if you like really take into account if she actually like is a Zoomer. Oh god no, dude. If you take into account that she's like actually a Zoomer, that just makes this entire line even more uncomfortable. Because it's just like, especially here in America, freaking Gen Z, and freaking millennials, because she could be millennial, she could be Gen Z. Either way, they've largely speaking, at least over here in America, been taught to hate children. So hearing someone be as empathetic as her to something like that, it's just like, I have seldom heard, especially from entertainers, I have seldom heard instances where freaking young people or just celebrities in general would talk of their children as a blessing. It feels almost unheard of these days. Especially with all of them trying to get in on the oppression Olympics. It's just like, oh, I've been paid millions, but I'm actually oppressed because I had to take care of children. And I'm just like, sister, get over yourself. Like freaking, you've got millions of dollars in your bank account. Taking care of children should not be as big of an ordeal as you're making it out to be. And besides, why do children have to strictly be a bad thing? Don't we all look back fondly on the days of our childhood, remembering those simpler, more honest times when we didn't have to worry about all this socio-political bull and could just, I don't know, worry about scraping our knee on the playground. Or in my instance, completely scraping my knee into dust. Don't ask about that. Freaking, or perhaps could it be jealousy? Who knows? I don't know. Imagine being jealous of your children. That just sounds like the pettiest thing ever. I wonder with this build, would I actually be able to just face tank the would I be able to just face tank the Robo-Seer at the end of the at the end of the panic session right at the end of the stage before Nodoka spawns? Seems like an interesting question. I might honestly test it out. Oh my god, where are my tears? I need to start playing for another collab, but I can definitely guarantee you it's not going to involve sausage. Probably Snowflower Sake. Just because freezing enemies is useful. Just makes it even harder for them to get to me. Makes the tankiness last even longer. Alright, so I'm looking out for glow stick and tears. And I'm also looking out for friggin' for Greed Stamp, but that's just not showing up. There we go. Alright. Let's get that collab on the road then. I'll max out Lamey first. Friggin', I've been watching a lot of shorts from Lamey recently. And I just keep finding myself asking, why is she so cute? Freaking raging alcoholic, but by the gods, if I don't admit that she is freaking adorable. Freaking Lamey is adorable, and she always will be. And nobody is going to convince me otherwise. Even with all the drinking. Come on, buddy. Didn't even make it. Oh my god, I actually face tanked that. This is disgusting! This is actually disgusting! No! What is this? What is this? Yeah, I will continue to say it. Genghis-Khan is freaking broken, dude. Oh my god. Dude, this isn't right. This isn't right. The immortal squirrel and her endless supply of nuts. Like, no, seriously, freaking, she's honestly probably the meme queen of ID. So, why won't you die? These nuts, son. Freaking, she would say that. Like, in that instance, she would literally just say, "These nuts, son." Or no, nano nuts. Or nut machines, son. Risu is a special brand of entertaining, and she never won't be. And she fully embraces it. She knows she is absolutely chaotic. I wonder if that's her playing into the fact that she's a squirrel. It's like, it would be really funny if she's actually just doing that to play into the whole she's a squirrel thing. Because squirrels, they can be some evil little suckers. Let me tell you. Yeah, anyone who's ever actually dealt with a squirrel before or has seen how evil those things can be, we know. Oh, we know. This is honestly going to be interesting. I don't think I'm actually going to full collab. And they give me tears right away. Just to mock me. Just to mock me. Wait, let me see if I can stand still through all of this. Oh, this is gonna be hilarious. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No! 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 She can't die, dude! She actually cannot die! Oh my god! What is this? This ain't right! I would, honest to God, have to just step in the middle of that if to actually get knocked out. Oh my god, dude. This is ridiculous. Just super tank Risu, I guess. My god. Oh yeah, freaking. Yeah, no, and I'm pretty sure I even brought this up last time. The purple the purple HP from Plushie obviously being a reference to Sansa's karmic retribution in Undertale, and freaking Sora started playing it recently. From everything that I've seen, she made it to early Metaton, and I think that's where she stopped. I don't think she's seen Metaton EX yet. But I love how she met the greater dog like right at the end of her first stream of the game, and and she copied everyone else's reaction. It's just like it's a universal reaction. Greater dog. He little pupper just pops his head out, and everyone's just like, "Oh, how adorable!" He rises out. Like they always go every time, every freaking time without fail. I swear, it's like it's a built-in response. It's just like, but why? But why? Like, it's hilarious, don't get me wrong. But why? I think, yeah, I'm honestly just gonna go super bulky again. Because, like, it's already kind of been my standard mode of practice to just do Genghis-Khan when I do Stage 3 hard, just because you can never be too safe with Stage 3. I've been down this road too many times. I'm not playing my chances. I will not play my chances, not with this stage. I will play my chances with literally every other freaking stage before this one. This is the one stage I will not do that with. More nuts. Risu knows she's a comedian. Risu knows she's a comedian. She readily embraces it. She leans into every facet of it. And that just makes her all the more endearing and all the more hysterical. Freaking dang squirrel. Dang squirrel and her nut obsession. I wonder if I should actually get Super Chat, just in case of the instance that I get Greed Stamp. If I get Greed Stamp before I fill out my item slot, I might honestly just get Super Chat instead of going full on bulk mode. But we'll just have to see how this progresses. I'll hold on to tiers for Ring of Fitness later. Whew. Yeah, no, there's a lot of panic segments for this particular level. Again, it leans back into the not taking any chances while I'm doing this level. Because if you want to take chances, be my guest. Just know that I won't. You will not convince me. Because, like, now that I think about it, because, like, I've seen the giant Risu there, and now I'm just like, honestly, Risu really is the... Risu really is the Matsuri of Hollow ID, isn't she? Because she's completely unabashed in her degeneracy. But I guess the funny thing with Matsuri is that she still insists that she say so. Yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are with all the freaking lolicon you get up to amongst everything else. Freaking Matsuri is a bag of worms to open up. Like, freaking God is one heck of a bag of worms to open up. Go for tears. Alright, awesome. Spider Cookie is back. I'll take that. Okay, so the three things I'm looking out for. Whammy Water, ball of bouncing ball, and obviously a lava bucket. And then I guess that means by extension I'm also looking out for Uber Sheep, but that one's a given. I love how they like start out slow and then they actually like start moving faster. It feels like that's a manufactured panic section that doesn't actually use any of the red glowing lights that most panic sections are associated with. Because just like you're surrounded, but they're all going slow. They're not getting close enough to see you. Well, to hit you. And then just suddenly they start moving faster. It's just like, oh god, oh god, oh god! And then it's at that moment that you realize you messed up. Whammy Water, I'll take that. And bounce ball. It's almost as if the game heard me. Rat. Okay. Rat. It's freaking Pekara. Pekara freaking quoted that weird cat meme on freaking YouTube Shorts. So, god dang it. Pekara is succumbing to the brain rot too. Pekara, no. You were the chosen one. Oh, man. Yeah, no, Pekara was definitely not the chosen one. I feel like most of us were probably suspecting that she would be one of the first to succumb to the brain rot. Because, like, especially with the whole she advertises herself as being for kids. So it's just like, yeah, one would have thought that she would have been the one to succumb to the brain rot the earliest. She lasted a bit longer than I would have given her credit for her. But I mean, then again, she does have a license to teach children. So don't underestimate the rabbit too much. She does actually have a working brain. Well, I mean, she has to. You don't get away with committing as much genocidal acts as she does without having a good noggin on your. Without having a good noggin on you. Yeah, she's very smart in how she conducts herself. She's dangerous and she knows that. She very much knows it. There we go. So there's been this, it was a few weeks ago or something like that that I saw it was a few weeks ago that I saw this, relatively frequently used format of video, of short, and it always featured Genshin characters. First one that I saw had a freaking A and it had A and Miko and it was this weird kind of cute dance, and I feel like I almost went through almost the entire female cast of friggin' Genshin Impact, seeing every last one of those characters be used in MMD animations for this exact same dance. There we go, Uber Sheep. And relatively recently, Lamy did a short of her doing the same thing, and she was actually singing it herself as well. And I noticed not long after that Subaru seemed to have done it as well. I still prefer Lamy's version because she actually sang hers. Because if you see the one that Subaru did, you'll note that she's not the one who was singing. So you would just kind of instinctively know that. And so, how do I say this? I recently, the last iteration that I've seen of that type of video, it was oddly, because like it felt oddly fitting, but it still gave a sinking feeling in my gut because the last two because the animation that I saw for it was an MMD, and it had 2 Hololive talents, and it was Rushia and Mel, which is going to make coming back to this stage very painful, just because both of their emblems are there at the top of the stage. Oh man, I'm gonna miss both of them. Because, like, even with, like, all of the allegations that Risu was an abuser, I'm still very, let's just say I'm not, especially for someone like Risu. I did not watch her for the longest amount of time, but I can say that I saw at least a decent enough amount of her content, and there's such an odd disconnect in what is seen versus what's being said, and I'm just like, so something just doesn't seem right here. So, like, I can't find myself completely subscribing and thinking that Mafu Mafu is just strictly speaking the victim, and Rushia is strictly speaking the abuser. Something feels incredibly off center trying to think like that. And I mean, it goes back to that saying that misery loves company. It's just like, well, she did all of these things. One, why did you stay? And are you really sure that you are that you were completely complicit in all of this happening, and that you did nothing to deserve it? Because, like, especially for Mafu Mafu, the dude has a rather sizable fan base, whereas for Rushia, she had a bunch of people turning on her because of freaking everything that happened. So yeah, it's just, this is just me giving my stance on the Rushia situation. I don't think that she is just a serial abuser and just an absolutely awful person. There's missing context that could very likely stand out as, well, something was very clearly wrong here. And just taking everything at face value seems disingenuous. Like, especially with the fact that they went out of their way to, like, keep it private. Obviously, there's a point to that. There we go. Oh wow, I might actually get the hammer from just collabing before it actually spawns. We'll see how that goes. But even if I do, I'm still not ready to actually set up the super collab yet because Uber Sheep is only level 1. There we go. Alright. Just keep circling. Just keep circling. You're not at 270 HP yet. So just keep your guard up. Huh. They'll actually probably serve for my final collab. Just literally the exact same setup as last time. Maybe not for the items, though. Well, I mean, already not for the items, because I didn't have body pillow last time. Ugh, come on, where's the grade stamp? Grade stamp is freaking OP on Risu. Oh wow, or maybe the game proved me wrong yet. Or no, I still got it. Alright. Now just need to get Uber Sheep up to level 5. And then we can commence the real madness. The madness of the immortal squirrel. That just didn't know how to give up. A little bit too much of a nut tryhard. She's pretty nutty. I don't think I would stand still in the middle of the 5 bosses though, because that seems like a bit much. And just like that, the squirrel's out. Who let the squirrel out? Squirrel! Freaking Up was a stellar movie. It was absolutely incredible. And Doug was absolutely hilarious. And there we go, there's my final collab. Oh, green stamp, let's go! There's the next boss and it's Big Angry Takodachi. Run! What was it? Because I was watching a clip of Ina earlier today. Oh yeah, it was the... It looked like the illustration that she was working on was an Umi C one, and freaking just... Oh my god, dude, it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. Freaking, they were just like, one of them was just like, I can't wait for her to draw the flaps. Freaking the adorable little ears that she has on her head. And just, oh my god. The fact that when she finally did, freaking one of them commented, ah yeah, that's the good stuff. And she just laughed and she's just like, sometimes I worry about you guys. And I'm just like, sometimes. Like, the fact that she doesn't perpetually worry about them means that there's some parts of their freakish behavior that she actually likes. Regardless to say, it's absolutely hilarious. Like, just abject comedy in its at its finest. Perfect. And I'll take that. Woo! Yeah, and then that ended up leading back down the rabbit hole of finding clips of her just finding instruments in video games and immediately resorting to playing Unravel. It's just like I forgot who was that? Freaking, they were right when they said that Ina just lives in a perpetual state of Unravel. Poor Ina, dude. Poor Ina, dude. But god dang, I'm gonna get full collab pretty early on this one, when I wasn't even able to in the last one. I like that. Which I guess really just kind of goes to show how many more enemies actually spawn in this versus stage 2 hard. Dear God. Because boss count generally remains the same, and the only extra added advantage that you have for stage 3 hard is the fact that you get a loot box at the very beginning. And I think something to point out that should have been a drawback on me getting full collab so early is whatchamacallit, the fact that I literally got I got full heal, I got full meal, and super knightly breastplate, both in the last level, and it's just like, well then why did I get full collab so early on this? Like, freaking, we're not even at 18 minutes. I am at full collab when I wasn't even able to in the last stage. Yeah, I don't know. Life works in mysterious ways. Either way, I'm gonna see how much I can tank just doing this. Just seeing what happened the last time. Oh god, here we go again. Here we go again. Freaking the immortal Risu. We need Yago to come down and nerf her. Alright, fill out that. What else am I going to be looking for? I just freaking multi-locked it. It's just like, I mean, hey, you just got first he gets freaking stunned by the super, and then he gets frozen by the snowflower sake. It's hilarious. So let me think. Probably gonna want to go for headphones, and I guess it might be funny to go for chicken feather, just because for the sake of chicken feather. I probably should have grabbed it earlier. Oh well. Time to start banning items. And there we go. That's that one down. Oh god, no. God, no, get that membership away from me. Oh hey, chicken feather, awesome. I'll take out the sweets because I won't be needing those. And here we are in the end game now. Not going to be able to finish out my item list, but oh well. That doesn't matter. Where's my crowbar? Freaking Ina asking for her crowbar is the most passively but most hysterically threatening thing I've ever heard her say, and it's just like, freaking, you either just end up laughing, you either just end up laughing your butt off at that, or you go, someone get this taco a crowbar. Ooh, that one actually almost had me. Which I guess does lead me to question how much of my survivability was actually being manufactured by the headphones. Because like if I had headphones on this build, I would probably notice. Because I mean, freaking dodge 40% of attacks. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. That means you're not taking any damage for a lot of different things. Wouldn't it be absolutely hilarious if I ended up getting a super item from one of the bosses? I feel like that would be super funny. Ooh. Wait a second, did one of them just fall? Oh hey, headphones. I think I might hold off on that though, actually. No, none of them have fallen yet. Ooh! But they definitely did some big damage there. Unfortunately, this build is basically functions around being immortal, so it's not particularly easy. Not particularly easy to get a killing blow. Oh my god. Alright. Took care of those two. Now just these ones left. And it's always Gura. It's always Gura who ends up being the last one to fall. Like, I feel like that was kind of the intention in the design. you wanna make the stage harder right at the end? Said no one ever. There we go. Alright. So next, Eofi. Or wait, I already got everything with Eofi. Ollie? Already got everything with Ollie. Alright. Reine, because I already got everything with Anya except for freaking hardest stage in the game. Already got everything with Kobo. Didn't I get everything with Kyla? So yeah, I think I'm honestly just gonna dedicate this video to finishing off the rest of ID. And I guess Reine is gonna be the central focus of that. What the? I didn't complete any of the hard stages with her. Alright, let's have some fun with that. So then I'm thinking Reine is probably the one that Reine was probably the one that caused me to figure out that, oh yeah, she gets stronger because of crits. Oh wow, totally not suggesting anything, by the way. But Reine tends to benefit from crits, so I think I'm gonna generally focus on Snow Queen. Yeah, I think I'm gonna generally focus on Snow Queen. And honestly, it might actually be fun to do Halu. Just because Reine is a lot of fun to use. I have a lot of fun playing with Reine. I love how I used to be like super proud, just like, oh, I got a million coins with Reine, and then I learned that the real cash grabber was freaking Azuki. Well, when I learned that Azuki was the biggest cash grabber in the game, I was just like, okay, I'm not deliberating this, because Azuki is my second favorite in all of Hololive. I am running in with this. I'm running in with this with absolutely no shame, and I should have grabbed the sake there. I'm an idiot. So recently started watching some more Cobalt clips, and freaking I found it so adorable when she freaking asked him to come to Indonesia. It's just like, oh, it's so adorable. and then ended up laughing when she said that it's super cold in that it's super cold in Japan. She's not used to it because she lives in tropical country. I love how she phrased it too. It's just like, the adorable baby is trying to speak. Adorable baby being adorable. Adorable little sister being adorable. Ooh. I'll take it. Sure hope I can get Halu soon, though. I love how Reine kind of has this semi-villainess-esque kind of vibe to her, very similar to Monarch, because they're very similar in appearance. Although I bet you Monarch's mother didn't try to grope her, and didn't try to pretend to grope her either. That was one of the funniest things. That was one of the funniest things to me when I learned about that. It's just like, what the? You're her mother. What is wrong with you? Uh, Hololive is just full of comedians. We all know this at this point. We all know this at this point. We don't ask questions. We all know. We all know. There's no point in fighting it. There will never be a point in fighting it. Splashed by the whammy water. Yeah, whammy water is incredibly useful. Because I mean, even the hardcore coin runners will tell you, yeah, no, you leave one weapon slot open for whammy water if you want that extra. If you want that extra stun potential for when you get to the Yago phase. Because, like, especially for Azuki, where she can move incredibly quickly, especially if you raise her speed enough, and it's not an insanely large investment. It's a relatively decently sized investment versus what you end up investing into, say, like her HP. You put a lot into her HP. But yeah, I have seen videos of freaking Zumin Azuki freaking just full on coin farming, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Ooh, flower. You know, I'm pretty sure the entire reason why people laughed so hard at Kearney saying flowers because her voice literally sounded like it was AI generated. Like it was freaking that she was like some kind of mechanical voice. It's really funny. It is really funny. Give me your money. I'm always a tad bit I always get a tad bit conscious when talking about money with when around Reine. Like when I'm playing as Reine, simply because how do I say this? Because freaking she said, "All right, let me become money," because she got when she played Henry Stickmin, she got the correct ending for. She got the correct ending for the first for the first story, breaking the bank, right away, because she was just like, I want to become money, and well, I mean that just gave her the answer right away. but then freaking that reminds me of her playing Henry Stickmin, and then, well, I mean, it's always a little bit of a painful memory whenever you bring up someone playing Henry Stickmin. Like, it doesn't even have to be a whole life memory. It just has to be, you know, the fact that you watched anyone play Henry Stickmin just because our boy Charles. We just there's very few people that I've seen play Henry Stickmin who have not seen the Valiant Hero ending. And for good reason. Friggin' Charles is Charles. Charles is a good boy. He's incredibly precious, and he deserves to be taken care of. So, friggin', it's part of the reason why Valiant Hero ends up striking so hard. Whereas, cause there is like some contention amongst the people who have played the game. They're just like, oh, Revenge goes a lot harder. And it's just like, it all depends on who your attachment really goes to. Because like, you can definitely look and say that Henry's life in Revenge was honestly probably the most miserable life that he's ever lived. Because like amongst all the different branching paths, all the different endings, all the different timelines, friggin' Revenge was the one that really dealt Henry the worst hand. But then that depends on your empathy towards that depends on your empathy towards Henry versus your empathy towards Charles. Because if you care about Charles a lot more, then obviously it's kind of a prerequisite that it's kind of a prerequisite that Valiant Hero is going to be a very painful ending, and very likely to be marked as the most painful of the endings to you. 'Cause like me personally, I lean towards Valiant Hero more than I do Revenged, but Revenged is still incredibly good and just incredibly sad. Do I take the Halud now? Oh my god. I honestly think I do. I'm gonna try to raise that as much as I can. But yeah, I think the reactions that tend to be the strongest when it comes to Valiant Hero are the ones that don't quite realize until it's too late that they're going to lose Charles. And then obviously with how elaborate the cutscene is that leads up to it, that does not end up helping. That does not end up helping. That you kind of realize that this is actually not a mission failed. That it is actually that you did actually make the quote unquote correct choice. And then when freaking Charles dies and it doesn't cut to a mission fail. Especially with the sad music already playing, it's just like that's when it really strikes at home that you realize you walked straight into that. You walked straight into the pits of death itself, and Charles was lost because of it. I mean, freaking when it comes to like premium, really sad reactions for Charles's death in Valiant Hero, it's just the one that really stands out the most to me is actually Markiplier's reaction to it, because Mark had been playing the game since before it got multiple endings. Like, he had been playing the game as it had been being updated, and just being there to see it happen. There's an unbridled sense of sadness in it, especially if you've been watching Henry. Especially if you've been watching or playing Henry Stickmin for as long as he had, freaking bonding with Charles as much as he did, and then just when the station explodes and Charles is still on there, he just completely goes silent, and he can only look on in horror, realizing that Charles is dead and there's nothing cutting away saying mission fail. And freaking Henry is there just banging on the freaking shuttle window before giving up, knowing that there's nothing that can be done. And it's just like there's that sense of hopelessness settles onto you as well. It's just like there's nothing you can do anymore. He's gone. He is dead. He was on that station when it exploded, and you know that he didn't survive. There's no way he survived. You two were already banged up enough as is with just crashing into the ship. So he was already hurting. Friggin', do you think that after all of that he'd somehow find a way to survive an explosion that big? It just seems completely unlikely, and obviously that's the point that really sells just the complete despair of that situation, knowing that there's nothing left to be done, that this ending was always destined to that there was never going to be a way to save Charles. Every single scenario would have inevitably ended in Charles's death. There's nothing that could have been done about it. Every choice, everything that you pick, everything. It's either a mission fail and freaking Lord knows what Charles would try to do in light of your death. Freaking in the few scenarios where he didn't get caught up in the crossfire with you. It's just, yeah, no. There was too much. There was too much, and there was absolutely zero hope for any kind of scenario where Charles could have survived that. It freaking these zero hope scenarios. Freaking that's why I loved Ender Lilies so much. Love Ender Lilies as a game. The absolute hopelessness. That's really the absolute hopelessness that's really portrayed in Ender Lilies. Just this immeasurable feeling of just complete despair, that there's nothing that can be done, that all there really is left is to just stop the blight, to make sure that if there is anyone else out there who's still alive, that they don't have to face it. When you're literally the last white priestess, you're the last hope against the blight. If you fail, everyone else dies. Everything else will eventually succumb to the blight. All the notes pointed towards as such. Every other nation had fallen to the blight. Land's End was the only one that was graced to have the presence of a white priestess to be able to save them. And even then, as the King of the First Age noted, it's never going to be a perpetual solution because of the suffering that a white priestess must come to face when purifying others of the blight. So it was never going to be a scenario that was going to end well. It was always just going to be this prolonged battle. It was always going to be a prolonged battle where we all just kind of knew if just one malleable thing happens, the death of the final white priestess were to actually occur, there would be no hope for the rest of the world. And those kind of hopeless scenarios, they just... It invokes a whole different kind of reaction in people. Yeah, there's... Because it's always that very unsettling... It's always that very unsettling kind of energy as you realize that you're alone. And if you don't succeed, everything else will crumble because of it. So it's either you get this done now and you manage to save the world, or everything falls. Huh. And maybe that's the reason why I eventually ended up kind of coming around to Ocarina of Time being my favorite Zelda game, now that I think about it. And, how do I... Cause, like, how do you say this? I forgot who, but it was someone who was, It was someone, who was doing, like, he was doing a form of critique on Ocarina of Time, and he said how one of the most genius design philosophies for the game was the fact that every other game tells you that either the world has ended and you're trying to restore what there was, but you never really get to see what is it that you're trying to restore. What is this truly great before the apocalypse? And then also ends up pointing towards examples of games where you are the hero and you must stop the end of the world, and then that ends up leaving you with the question of what is it that you're exactly trying to stop. Like you haven't seen what it is. You don't have a full grasp of understanding what it is that you're trying to restore or what you're trying to prevent. But Ocarina of Time, because of the ability to transition between adult and young Link, you get that perspective. You understand implicitly, because you know what Castletown was like before. You know what Hyrule Field was like before. You know what Lon Lon Ranch was like before. You know what all of these places were like before Ganondorf took over. And then just everything comes burning and crashing down. And all you can do is just fight and hope to find a way to end to end Ganondorf's rule. But you have a clear vision of what it is that you're trying to bring back. You're trying to bring back the happy lives of the people before everything ended up falling. You're trying to give people back the prosperity of their home. You're trying to restore the kingdom of Hyrule. You're trying to rid it of all these evils and all these monsters, and the fact that nature itself is retaliating against humanity because of Ganondorf's actions. So you have a very clear picture of what you're fighting for, and you can very clearly see what the consequences are of what the consequences of failure would imply. And then this is just like further accentuated by when you later return to Kakariko Village, and it turns out, oh, you thought all the suffering was already done, that the world had just kind of reached its abject worst point. No, it was not. Freaking Kakariko Village ends up getting Kakariko Village ends up getting attacked by freaking Bongo Bongo, and it's just like, yeah, no, if you don't do something, you know Kakariko Village is eventually going to fall to the swarms of the dead. Especially if you had already learned the Song of Light. It's just like, you already know in the freaking cemetery behind that there's a freaking entire tomb just full of reanimated corpses. Like, you were generally not even supposed to be familiar with the fact that it's also coming from the well as well. So it's just like, yeah, no, you thought it was bad enough as is? No, the siege over Hyrule still has not ended, because Kakariko Village hasn't fallen yet. But it sure as heck is on its way to, if you don't do something. Again, just further emphasizing what failing would entail. And as such, making failure never an option. Kind of sad that I missed Kyla Goggles this particular run through, but oh well. But yeah, I remember watching like an entire video on it. It was what was it called? It was called, I believe, Ocarina of Time, a masterclass in subtext. Either way, it was a very good video. And freaking it warmed my heart just a little bit, because they ended up because the person who was kind of narrating the the main person who was narrating the video, because there was actually two narrators for the video, but the person who was primarily narrating it, how did he say it? Because like he said that. Because like he clearly explained why Ocarina of Time was the saddest Zelda story that nobody actually noticed, which is just an absolute tragedy. Because like freaking the hero of time, he's the hero for a lot of people in my generation, in our childhood. The achievements of the hero of time was, well, it was the stuff of legends. It's like everything that he went through, and it's the reason why the hero's shade being the hero of time was such a prominent theory until it ended up being just flat out confirmed by Miyamoto that it was in fact canon, that the hero of time was actually the hero's shade. Now, I mean, the real question is, was that ever actually like a question? Because kind of the points that we had learned about the Triforce is that it passes on its lessons and teachings between each link, therefore making each link superior to the one before them, because they understand all the techniques and all the skills of all the ones that came before them. It's kind of like the Avatar, except there's no real way to stop the Avatars. Except there's no real way to really stop the cycle. Because like, as it was pointed out in Wind Waker, they can just select a new hero of time when it's needed. Well, not select a new hero of time, but select a new host for the Triforce of Courage, and as such repeating the cycle, because the entire point is that the lessons are transferred through the Triforce, because obviously that's the main connection between each incarnation of Link. Here we go. Ooh, I'll take that. Thank you very much. And I'll take that. Even though it's probably a bad idea, because freaking Halu on a hard stage. I'm still going for it. Oh man, yeah, no, Botan would not be next patch unless freaking KU just decided to add 3 or 4 generations instead of just 2 as he typically does. And I don't count ID because ID only has 9 characters between each generation. That's generally speaking less than 2 full generations for either of the other divisions. Yeah, I think I'm gonna aim for whatchamacallit. Yep, there we go. Snowflower sake again. Oh hey, Doot. Freaking Kyla would be ecstatic. Me, I don't care for Doot. It's just fodder to me. Doot is very good fodder for actually good stamps to me. But Doot is best stamp. Yeah, I know. But unfortunately it doesn't do anything, so I tend to bias towards, you know, stamps that actually do things. That's just a me thing. I like stamps that do things. But Doot stamp makes Doot. Yeah, it makes Doot. There are actually several other things that make Doot. They just don't Doot like Doot does. I could go on and on with the freaking Doot jokes, but I'm gonna stop here. They're definitely entertaining to make. And I honestly do love Kyla's obsession with it. But I don't want to be in stream when she gets it. It's just like, nah, I value my ears. I value my ears. So I think I'll stay away from that one. Let's go, credit card! And it already begins. The double anvil is just freaking busted, dude. It's so good. Yago, get back here. Gimme. He took my wig! You monster! But sadly, Reine's wing isn't too useful. Just like that, the stage becomes way too easy. Suddenly reminding me of when I went through this stage with Kyla. Freaking... I didn't even have her at Gachikoi at the time. I was trying to get her to Gachikoi and just decided to go full Halu for the lulls right at the start. And freaking that just... Oh man. That just ended up further proving to me that Kyla is just freaking broken in this game. Yeah, maybe not for like long-term score running, but if we're talking just like completing stages, Kyla is bonkers, dude. But yeah, I'm thinking probably making headphones and body pillow will probably be my last two, just to have a layer of survivability when we hit the bullet hell section. And just like that, I'm ungodly overpowered. I think I might actually go for Mikame. I mean, no particular reason not to. I already have my super collab planned out and lined up. Well, other than the fact that I need the sake. So you have to love Snowflower sake plus more sake. It's just like, that sounds like such a lamey thing to do. Such a lamey thing to do. Oh hey, more sake. Yeah, it's just insanely comedic to me. And then I could probably use and then I could probably do Ian Curse and Spider cooking for Eldritch. So that I could give myself a little bit of sustenance on top of everything else. The aristocrats are normally supposed to be a bit of a panic section because they move pretty quickly. Oh hey, Psycho Axe, perfect. And the thankful thing is that I don't need to actually be collecting experience thanks to the research coat. The research coat will also give me experience. And since nothing is even getting remotely close to actually hitting me, which Just makes this even easier. You missed! Someone had to say it. Or I could also say it the way that Alucard did in Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. Hey Dandy! You missed! There was so much so much messed up, but so much comedy with freaking Team 4 Star doing Hellsing Abridged. It was so funny, dude. My god, the amount of laughs that I was able to get out of that. In the last month, he has sent no more than 35 death threats to the Pope. But I'm afraid the actions of your pet vampire are of greater concern. Oh, great. What did he do this time? She just... Friggin' Symmetra, she's just so done with him. She is just so done with him. Like the Nazis. You have to love that they actually had the actual you have to love that they actually made the actual Twitter account and actually made him say that and actually just screen capped it for their video. It's just like, I mean, you gotta admire their thoroughness. Oh my god, it was so stupid, but so funny, dude. Yeah, the fact that the Crimson was an actual Twitter account that they created specifically for that series just to get in a Twitter joke. And have it actually memorialized on the internet. It's just freaking hysterical. It's truly a unique art form what Team 4 Star was able to achieve. Still waiting for Body Pillow. But let's go ahead and get that last collab going. Now hurry up, give me the golden anvil. Give it to me. Give it to me, Brent. There we go. And there's my sustenance. Eldritch Horrors. I'm just happy Hachima. What are you? I totally forgot. I totally forgot that I wasn't even halfway through the stage yet. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, no. That ain't right. That ain't right. What is this? Why do I have a full collab, including a super collab, before the halfway point of the stage? Yeah, if that doesn't convince someone that blacksmith goggles plus credit card is overpowered, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. Cause like that's just wrong, dude. That is just wrong. Because I can literally just stand still here until the segment with the saplings at the end. Well, close to the end, but you get the points. I can literally just stand still here for like the next 6 minutes or something like that until the saplings show up and start shooting lasers. Start shooting freaking Toho bullets. And I will literally not take any damage. And then the worst thing is that even though they're not getting close enough to consistently give me experience, I'll still be leveling up just because of the research coat. Oh my god. Huh. Actually, I think I'm gonna take the chicken's feather. And now I'm going to see how many anvils spawn. Oh my god. This is... I can literally just sit here and sip on my drink and just watch all of this happen. This is suddenly reminding me of the. This is suddenly reminding me of Meet the Engineer. Freaking, he's just sitting there, playing his freaking He's just sitting there playing his guitar while his turrets are literally killing everything on sight. Not even a chance. Sure, I'll take more health. Why not? I think one of the really big things that's adding to this is the fact that Reine already has like a really high crit stat, and then Snow Queen adding it, so basically making it that her crit chances are even higher than normal. It's just, it's making her wind skill proc a lot more, and then that's just murdering everything else on sight. Yeah, that's probably going to be one of the only things that I have to move for. That isn't going to be the saplings. So let me go ahead and just collect that magnet now. And here comes the other really overpowered part about freaking the blacksmith goggles plus the credit card on top of Halu increasing the spawn rates of freaking anvils. Is that now you're getting +4 merges on everything before you get to the final boss. Which is just ridiculous. Huh, now that I think about it, I wonder. I feel like she probably has. I feel like Reine has probably played Ring Fit Adventure. I'm gonna go digging through her archives to see if she did. That just sounds like the most degenerate thing someone could ever say. I'm gonna go digging through a female streamer's archives to see if she played freaking Ring Fit Adventure. It just sounds all kinds of messed up, dude. Oh my god, literally only one failure and all that. That's ridiculous, dude. And then obviously with blacksmith goggles being at maximum level, you every 2 level ups basically counts as 3. So +6 is basically +9 without the goggles. Just to really put into perspective just how much damage Snow Queen is doing now. Oh my god, dude. That is just messed up. And there's 2 more. Oh my god. Yeah, sure. Let's just add more HP. Let's just make it even harder to kill me, nah. My god, this is ridiculous, dude. Like, I flat out don't even have to try anymore. Wouldn't it be funny if I actually just wasted all of my revives during the sapling section? And I mean, I'm not going to, but like that would be really funny if I did, just be an overconfident little a-hole. Oh my god. Am I gonna get +7? No. Alright. I will see. I might get it later. There they are. And another one. And we're at +7. +8? Nope. So +8 would basically be having it at +12. Oh my god. That would be very funny, if I'm being entirely honest. And now suddenly stamps are just spawning everywhere, I guess. I don't know, I'm having fun with this. This is just too much fun for me right now. And now I literally just stand still here until it's all over. I wonder. It might be funny to test if I can actually survive if I can actually survive Halloween Bay with it might actually be funny if I can survive Halloween Bay with by just standing still. Cause like she'll be on top of me the entire time. Oh my god, we're at +8, or I guess I should say +12. Yeah, cause like I'll have 3 revives for it, and I'll have partial sustenance with Eldritch Horror. And freaking everything that I have is like, oh hey, look, more HP. I'm now up to 300. And everything that I have, their damage is freaking capped through the roof already. Oh my god, it actually upgraded. Yeah, everything past +5, I kind of expected to fail more than I expected to succeed, just because that's kind of the odds that I've noticed with how long I've been playing the game. And there we go. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any magnets. I'm gonna gather all this experience though and go and sell the rest of the stickers that are down there. Oh my god. Disgusting. Disgusting. Oh, that is so disgusting. What? Oh. Okay, that was actually really disgusting. What was that? I think I go hyper aggressive again. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Do I go for... Maybe not. I'm gonna focus on her main weapon first. I'm gonna focus on her main weapon and see if I can get bouncing ball and the makings for Snow Queen. Because I mean, as I've already noticed, Snow Queen is just freaking overpowered on Reine. It is so good. Which is going to make it feel so odd when I ultimately decide to just go Genghis Khan for stage 3 hard all over again. But, I mean, what can I say? It's stage 3 hard. I've already said it multiple times, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't like taking my chances in that stage. I'd much rather have all the bulk that I can get. Which is absolutely frightening to think that I didn't have Genghis Khan last in stage 1 hard, and yet I got up to freaking 300 HP. But I mean, that's just that was just a symptom of Kyla goggles. Freaking Kyla goggles are overpowered, dude. I'm sick of seeing you guys healing all your buddies. Get out of my face. Ooh, there we go. It's part 1. Dodge. Ooh. That was close. Not a lot of room to run there, but I still somehow managed. Alright, get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. This is probably the earliest that I've finished her main weapon. I feel like I've just been neglecting it this entire time. Alright, here comes our first boss. There we go. And Sake is complete, so I'm not going to be seeing that in the level up selection anymore. And now that I think about it, because this stage only has an infinite horizontal stretch and not an infinite vertical stretch, Reine's weapons tend to do a lot better here because enemies primarily come in from the sides. So they're just coming in directly in the direction of where her weapon is shooting, rather than approaching from every direction. Because, like, there's still a bit of an upward angle to it, but the stage is too short to have any substantial height to it that might displace her. That might displace her feathers from hitting someone. The fact that I can actually stand still like this is disgusting, though. Ooh, hello, 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 hello. Give it to me. Ooh. Give it to me. And just like that, already Halo 3 at 3 minutes in. This is looking promising. Halo 4 at 3.5 minutes in. This is looking extraordinarily promising. The only thing that can make this start going better is if I end up getting credit card and Kyla goggles early again. Don't do it. Don't tell me what to do. What does that mean, devil hat? That's the hat of TMT. That's the hat of an angel. Ooh. Took quite the beating there. Glow stick, glow stick, glow stick. I'm focusing on Snowflower Sake first. Ooh. Ah! No! Yep, alright. Went too much Halu too early. Oh well. Try again. The temptation. I'm taking it. But now that makes me question, do I wanna go bulky? I think I'm actually gonna do it. Just go with Genghis Khan this time around. Oh hey, bouncing ball. I'll take that too. And I need that for my now super collab. I guess just might as well get myself used to Jingusakan earlier than later. Ooh, do I take the research coat? No. Because if I'm going to be doing Jingusakan, I'm going to want to dedicate every other item towards survivability. Especially with the fact that I already picked Talu, which is pretty counterintuitive to that. I don't want to do anything else that makes this harder than it needs to be. Alright, and I'm stopping at 3. I am not going to 4, and I'm definitely not going to 5. Not yet. Precisely because of this. And there we go. We're back at this point again. Ooh. Oh, that's just the first boss. God dang, these levels are running by a lot faster than I thought they would. I'm just gonna run circles around this one just because keep the spider cooking damage on it. No, that's 1,000 extra coins. I'll take that. I will happily take that. Ooh, level 6 and level 6, almost to max. And almost to collab. Become money. Give me money. Nah, I'll take body pillow. Nah, I'll take body pillow. Yeah, because it's just like I may end up seeing many anvils during this run through, but I'm not gonna be counting my P-fowls before they hatch. I'll just be chill about this. Just beat the money out of it. Give me the money. the way that Techno said that so casually to Skeppy while Skeppy is fighting off having a heart attack was just. I mean, dude, Skeppy is so adorable and so wholesome, but he just goes through such a fundamental shift in character the moment that Technoblade becomes involved. It's just like he goes from this adorable, goofy little dork to freaking he has something to prove because he doesn't want to keep getting shown up by the pig. Unfortunately, the pig spent his entire life showing people up. It was literally his career to show people up. It was his specialty. So much so to the point that I remember I was watching some people reacting to like Technoblade videos, and it was specifically them reacting to a compilation of Technoblade and Skeppy videos, and just one of them pointed out that normally you would have in a regular compilation with like regular people who aren't Technoblade, you would generally see this big old montage of them losing, and only just finally at the end they actually win. Whereas for Techno, he's literally winning the entire time, and he only ever ends on when he loses, as this weird kind of antithesis to what everyone else does. And it's really funny because it's just like that's oddly true. Like, just looking at Techno's videos, it's just like he's always the force of nature. He's always the one that you like really have to look out for. And if you underestimate him, well, do so at your own peril, because we abandoned you long ago the moment you felt that you had any place in the realm of Technoblade. There's seldom to no one that belongs in that realm. Seldom to no one. Also, I think I can finally safely upgrade the level on Halu. Accent. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Fujoshi again. Just because Fujoshi tends to be a bit better for Fujoshi tends to be a lot better for dealing with like Nodoka and Isan, because you guide where it goes instead of say Ring of Fitness where it just like tries to hit everything on screen by bouncing all over the place, or Meat Comet where it just specifically targets one place. Okay, and next boss will be coming up soon. I wonder if a magnet will drop in the 10 seconds before that happens. Would be nice, but not looking like it. Nope. Do I take it? I'll take it. Because I already have 2 collabs going. It's a dangerous move to say the least, but at least so far, it looks like it might just be paying off. Body pillow. None of this. Absolutely not. That was disgusting. Oh my god. They can't even make it close enough to do any meaningful damage. They just hit the body pillow. Oh my god, this is dreadful, dude. This is horrible. Whew. Took a big hit there. And then, yeah, sure. I think I'll still work on Snowflower Sake. Ooh, give me that. Ooh, and give me that. Ooh, and give me that. Alright. Super tank time. Let's do this. Bandage. And then I guess, yeah, plushie will be the last thing that I'm looking for. Ooh, 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 ooh. Just everything that I already have. And just like that, she has fallen. Oh, perfect. Well, I guess I'll be doing Snowflower Sake first then. Oh well, I don't mind. I'm already this far into it. There we go. And we end enter easy mode once again. Well, I actually got one of my revives. Not that I mind. There we go. But yeah, no, once I get plushie, it's gonna make that incredibly more difficult to happen. Have I even? No, I haven't. I need to upgrade the lifesteal stand. And there's plushie. But so as I'm looking at it now, I've actually got some important things to do. I think I might actually have to finish Reine tomorrow. Although thankfully tomorrow I'm completely off. It'll be the only day that I have off this week. It's gonna be one heck of a busy week for me coming up. But tomorrow, that will probably actually be the big push to try to get multiple more characters to complete stage. But I think I'm actually gonna have to stop before I actually finish all stages with Reine. We'll resume it tomorrow. But yeah, I have some important things coming up. And some things that I really need to get in touch with some people about. Next boss, and it's the Pioneers. Well, it's the Pioneer. The other Pioneers are gone now. Just punching the money out of the crowd. There we go. I'll go for the HP now, just because I know that this will max out the glow stick. And then pray that I find lava right away. We'll see. But yeah, the only other stamp I'm gonna be looking for is probably the bomb stamp, because I don't know. There we go, perfect books. Because I get the sneaking suspicion that the bomb stamp doesn't just double proc the greed stamp, that it might double proc the lifesteal stamp as well. Just a little bit of suspicion that I have. More HP, don't mind if I do. Oh my god. It's like she wasn't taking any damage. What happened there? That was insane. And so, thus, super bulky Reine has been born. Keeps giving me haste. It doesn't want me to get that final collab because they know that I like to haste scum things. Oh hey, bomb stamp. More haste scumming. Oh my god. This isn't right. This isn't right. I feel like I say that way too much with friggin' builds, with hyper bulky Genghis-Khan builds that I do. But oh my god. I'm gonna stand by that. It's just like, dude, How can you reasonably explain this? Other than this just isn't right. Oh my god, dude. 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 That's not right. That is not right. And I still have 2 revives on top of this. Oh my god. And it's already over. So I guess that'll be it for me. I've got important life matters to start dealing with. And as for everyone who's either watching the VOD or who's watching this on YouTube, which I guess that basically means you're also still watching the VOD, thank you for joining me. This has been a pleasure, and tomorrow I'll be finishing up Reine with Stage 3 Hard and the rest of ID, and probably get a start on probably getting everyone else in Generation 1. They tend to be the generation that I'm a little bit more inclined to. Probably gonna go ahead and honor the memory of Mel while I'm at it. But this will be me signing off. I'm gonna go see if there's someone that I'm gonna go ahead and see if there's someone that I can go ahead and raid into. Alright, Kira is live, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and just crash right into her. Alright, this'll be me, True Champion, signing out. And, well, I guess on the YouTube side, Skurwraith signing out. Have a good one.